in this VR game, you die in real life. Yes, this video is not fake. This is genuinely something that was just invented, and you won't believe who by. And it's not as crazy a person as you might think, which kind of makes it even more terrifying. It is almost unbelievable the world's first VR headset that literally kills you if you die in the game has just been created. And very quickly, TikTok are now showing you your lookalike on the app. Just tap share copy more, and if you've got one, it will come up. The man who invented it, Palmer Luckey, is a leader in VR, a government contractor, and the creator of Meta's Oculus headset. So this is the real deal. The headset is hooked up to 3 explosive charge modules that sit above the screen.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to the channel, man. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing alright, man. If you're brand new to this channel, man, what we do is we break down scary and creepy videos, man, on the net, on the web, from YouTube videos to TikTok videos to IG reels, Facebook reels, man. Anything weird, usual, unexplained, you can find right here on this channel. Just want to thank the Seekers, man, who's been tapping in with to the channel. I appreciate that, guys. So subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that like button, man, so we could grow. We can find even more Seekers. Found this video for you guys today. Let's do what we do best, man. Let's seek the truth.
Man murdered his wife and 3 children before turning the gun on himself. He survived his attempt to take his own life, and this is the mugshot that came out of it. Meet Charles Robert Gillard Sr. In May of 2022, Charles snapped. At the end of May in 2022, at around 2:30 p.m., the police were called to this residence in Michigan. When they arrived, they were met with an extremely gruesome scene. They found the bodies of a mother, a father, and 3 children. All had been shot, and nobody had any idea what had happened. The children were identified as Ronald, Joshua, and Dawn Gillard. They were only 3, 4, and 6 years old. And the woman whose body they found was 40-year-old Dawn Gillard. The first responders who responded to this crime scene have gone on the record and stated that it was the most gruesome thing they'd ever come across. The first responders, in fact, had no words to offer upon seeing the scene. It was truly unlike anything they had ever witnessed. So I haven't been able to find any more information about what exactly led up to this incident, but it's known that on that day, Charles Gillard took a gun, murdered his wife and 3 children, and then tried to take his own life, but failed miserably. He survived his own unaliving attempt, spent weeks in the hospital recovering, and now he's going to prison. I'm honestly glad he lived so that he could be sent to prison, because this man really, really needs to suffer.
This man was caught.
Seekers, man, what do you guys think about that freaking case, bro? Like, what caused them to, the thing that's getting to me is, man, I'm trying to figure out what caused them to snap in order for him to do that horrific act, bro. It's like one day he was just perfectly fine, and one day he just snapped and just decided to end it all, man. He tried to even freaking end it on himself, or try to turn it on himself, but that ain't even work, bro. He said, nope, you gotta face the consequences for your actions, man. He was trying to get out of it. Nope. No way, bro. Gotta face it. Gruesome case, man.
Caught on camera murdering his wife, and he only got 10 years in prison. Carrie Birmingham, who was 60 years old, shot his wife, Patricia Birmingham, who was 48 years old. He shot her 3 times outside their home in Spring, Texas, and the couple had been arguing for about 30 minutes after Carrie allegedly discovered the affair his wife was having. This incident was captured on video by his wife, Patricia, and in the disturbing video, Carrie can be seen walking in the driveway with a bathrobe on and a shotgun in his hand. Carrie can also be heard telling his wife, quote, "Okay, bye. You're going to meet Jesus. I hope it was worth it," end quote, before shooting her 3 times and killing her. Whatever you do, don't look up the video. It honestly is pretty disturbing, and I wouldn't recommend watching it. After doing this, Carrie was arrested and charged with murder, being held on a $200,000 bond, and recently in 2024, Carrie Birmingham pleaded guilty to the murder, but claimed he shot his wife in the heat of the moment. And despite the jury being all females, the woman sentenced Carrie to 10 years in prison, with parole eligibility in 5 years. Now I'm going to play a short clip from the video showing Carrie talking to Patricia before he shot her dead.
Video? I'll pull it. A man that can pull it. Okay. Alright, goodbye, Bruce. Nice to know you. You're doing me crazy.
This poor 9-year-old...
Like, man, listen, I know we saw the video, but I didn't know that he freaking shot her 3 times and he still got away with it, man. It's like, what more do people got to do? She literally caught him in 4K, and he only still got 10 years off that, bro. How is that even possible, Seekers? Like, truly. I'm gonna need somebody in the comments down below, man, to explain that to me, bro. Like, she literally caught him in 4K, recorded the whole thing, and he still only got 10 years. It's like the freaking justice system, bro. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, bro. It's never like it can truly be balanced. There was an all-female jury to me. He still got freaking 10 years. It was like everything was stacked against him, and he just beat all the odds. It's mind-blowing, Seekers.
Girl constantly heard noises in her head for years until doctors made a terrifying discovery that will shock you. This is the story of Leah, a 9-year-old child with an adorable little face. She hears non-stop scratching in her head, as if someone was scratching inside her head. At first, everyone thought she was making it up, that she had too much imagination, that maybe she had seen a horror movie at a friend's house. But Leah insisted, "Mom, it scratches all the time." Her mother, worried about her little girl, takes her to the doctor, then another one, and then another one. Each time it's the same old story. She might just need some rest. It might be psychological. But medications, naps, nothing works. Leah is still haunted by this noise. Then one day, when her mother is at her wit's end, she hears about Dr. Joy, a rare and unusual specialist. He examines Leah, and boom, he discovers the craziest thing he's ever seen. Do you want to know? I'll tell you everything, but not right away. Comment strange story for part 2.
Serial killer facts that will haunt your nightmares. Part 4. Researchers used AI deepfake technology to compile the faces of every serial killer into one man. Dude looks like a psychopath. If you look anything like that, you're probably a serial killer. Serial killer Ed Kemper was friends with the police officers who were investigating his murders. They all hung out at a bar together called the Jury Room. His nickname was Big Ed, and when he confessed to them, they thought it was a joke. Jeffrey Dahmer once made a drink laced with sleeping pills for a guest, but accidentally drank it himself. He later woke up to find that his soon-to-be victim had robbed him while he was sleeping. In 1906, a Moroccan murderer was sentenced to be walled up alive after he was found guilty of killing 36 women. His cries for help were heard for 2 days straight before he went silent.
That thing about the freaking AI, man. It's about how the AI just compiled all those faces together. I'm telling you, bro. Technology, man, it's getting very scary, bro. Like, imagine somebody look like, I guess, that face that the AI compiled, man. They would be getting freaking... they would, I guess, be freaking under some scrutiny, bro. Even though they ain't doing anything, it's just kind of like the way it looks, and you know how people go off based on technology seekers, man. People act like technology is the law, man. If something happens, or if they see something, or they hear something online, they just take it and they're home with it, bro. No regards to the freaking consequences it could bring. That's why I said seekers, man. We always gotta be aware, bro. We gotta tap in with the seekers, man, bro. We be exposing the truth out here.
There is a brand new update that just broke on the Riley Strain disappearance. Now, if you don't know what this is about, I hadn't been following the story, but this is about 22-year-old Riley Strain. He was last seen when he was stumbling away from a bar, and this was in Nashville. He was there on a trip with his frat. You can see him here. He was caught on all these different cameras, and the last place that he was seen on camera was at the Gay Street Connector. This was at 9:52 on March 8th. Nobody has seen him since. Now, this is allegedly a map of his last known foot traffic. His cell phone pinged right at the yellow circle at the top. That was at the James Robertson Parkway. That was at around 10 p.m. It never pinged after that. So today, they finally released new information. They found Riley's bank card. It was washed up on the riverbank of the Cumberland River, and this was on March 17th. And I know this is a lot to pack into one video, so we are going to go into this case in depth on the podcast. While there's still no sign of him, the most disturbing element is just how intoxicated he was, allegedly off one drink.
If you die in this VR game, you die in real life. Yes, this video is not fake. This is genuinely something that was just invented, and you won't believe who by. And it's not as crazy a person as you might think, which kinda makes it even more terrifying. It is almost unbelievable the world's first VR headset that literally kills you if you die in the game has just been created. And just quickly, TikTok are now showing you your lookalike on the app. Just tap share copy more, and if you've got one, it will come up. The man who invented it, Palmer Luckey, is a leader in VR, a government contractor, and the creator of Meta's Oculus headset. So this is the real deal. The headset is hooked up to 3 explosive charge modules that sit above the screen. The charges are aimed directly at the user's foreground, and should they go off, would obliterate the head of the user. He said he created it because only the threat of serious consequences can make the game feel real to you and every other person in the game. He even says that he wants to work on an anti-tampering model that cannot be removed or destroyed. So if you decide to put it on, there is no going back. Thankfully, this headset is not commercially available yet. Would you play this with any of your friends?
This is the scary truth.
Seekers, would you guys use that freaking headset, bro? I mean, to me, hell no, man. Who wants to freaking... But that's the virtual reality. It's not supposed to be freaking real, man. It's like they're taking that freaking concept and they spinning it. Like, who wants to freaking play with a game that'll risk your life? Like I said, and he trying to make it for a way where, like, you can't take it off, man, where it could be, like, truly real. Like, whoa, so if something about to happen, man, you can't take it off. You just gonna have to just say, that's it. I'm telling you, man, Seekers, bro, this technology, this stuff, man, it's getting dangerous. Tell me down below, guys, would you guys play that VR freaking with that VR headset? We're gonna have to stay up to date with that one, bro.
Truth about iPhones. iPhones actually listen to everything that you say, and it's pretty creepy. This is why if you're ever talking about something with your friends, then suddenly whatever you were talking about comes up on your timeline hours later, well, that's because your iPhone is listening to you. Next, your iPhone tracks you everywhere you go. This is how the iPhone knows how long it takes to get to places from where you are. If you want proof, go to your settings and then hit privacy, then click location services at the top, and it will most likely say on. It's pretty creepy that they can hear and track everything we do, and I mean everything, because who doesn't have their phone on them nowadays?
Seekers, but I haven't noticed that a couple of times, man. Like, sometimes you mention something, bro, and then on your phone, and sometimes like it just pop up, or you trying to type something in Google, it just pops up. I'm like, and I've been noticing that a couple of times, bro. So now it's nice to know that I wasn't going freaking crazy, man. You know, I got a freaking iPhone too as well, so they freaking watching and everything I'm doing. I'm about to turn that location there and off, bro. You can't track me, Seekers, bro. I'm trying to be unplugged, man. Seekers, man, tell me down below if you guys got an iPhone, bro. Tell me, guys, if you guys check your settings, man. Turn your location, I guess, services off so they can stop tracking you.
You ever see a picture that makes you want to scream? Now, of course, when you look at this photo, there's not a lot that you're looking at. This is old door cam footage. All had to do with an event that took place in an apartment complex in Philadelphia. From what I could find, the story came from this woman. Her name was only listed as Sharon M., who was having problems in the apartment building with what she thought were maybe like teenagers, like ding-dong ditchers, people who were antagonizing her door. So a camera was installed. What they caught on the camera, nobody expected. Also, if you are a fan of all things chilling, make sure to go check out my show, Creep Time the Podcast. So in the story, this is a still that came from the doorbell cam. At face value, it just looks like a dark hallway, maybe at night. But look a bit closer. Background of the photo. There is a man standing there in a suit. It was never a teenager, it was never a prank, it was whoever this was. If you get even closer, you'll realize he's wearing a mask.
Crazy serial killer facts that will make you scream. Part 3. Jeffrey Dahmer gave the people in his apartment building sandwiches that had been made from his victims' flesh. Pee-wee Gaskins, the most prolific serial killer in South Carolina, drove around in a hearse with a bumper sticker that read, "I haul dead people." He told people that he needed it to take the bodies of people he killed to his private cemetery.
Insane facts, Seekers.
Things that bother you, they never bother me. I feel happy and fine, living in the sunlight, laughing in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Haven't got
got a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight.
See, because I wonder if those, speaking of those homes that got, I guess, you know, demolished because of the acts that they did. I'm going to have to check that out, man. That's kind of, I think it's maybe like a nature versus, you know, nurture argument. The way they were brought up, did that make them turn out how they were? Or it could have been something else. I'll have to check that out, see if those houses are still up.
He kept receiving twisted texts from his girlfriend, but how could that be possible if she was missing? The disappearance of Carrie Harver tells a story about how Dave receives text messages from his girlfriend Carrie even though she's missing. No one knew for 3 years that someone was pretending to be Carrie. I'm partnering with Lifetime's Right From the Headlines to get you excited about their true crime films. To find out what happens next, make sure to check out Lifetime's Right From the Headlines, The Disappearance of Carrie Harver at mylifetime.com/watchripped.
Seekers, should we check that out?
Ways to survive an encounter with Keith Lee. To the untrained eye, Keith Lee may seem like an ordinary humanoid food critic, but the only thing critical about him is the damage he'll dole out upon you if you invoke his wrath. So if you're unlucky enough to encounter this cryptid, you're going to need to know how to survive. The first rule you'll need to follow is to never assume you're safe, no matter the circumstances. Keith Lee is the spiritual leader of an army of devoted followers ready to spy, fight, and die for him. So if you're going to survive, the best thing you can do is to treat everyone as if they were Keith himself. Rule number 2, if you upset someone, don't try to fight back. You won't win. You're probably a goner already, but the best thing you can do is to beg for mercy and hope for lenience. Finally, if all else fails, you'll need to retreat to a remote area and live out the rest of your days in exile. Keith tends to frequent urban environments, so this might buy you some time. However, he has the uncanny ability to smell good food from over 100 miles away. So if you're going to take this option, your diet will need to consist of raw potatoes and Vaseline. Comment what your favorite food is, and may God save us all.
Had to be a troll, right? When that Keith Lee stuff. Some people might believe that. I don't know. I don't think I believe that secret.
This man found a real-life money glitch and became a millionaire overnight. In 2011, Dan Saunders was out partying when he needed to withdraw some more cash. So he stepped out of the bar and found the closest ATM. When he started using it, he noticed that the ATM was letting him withdraw way beyond what he had in his account. There was a glitch between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. when the ATMs got disconnected from the internet. That allowed him to basically create money out of thin air. So he decided to take full advantage of it. Over the next 4 months, he threw lavish parties, chartered private jets, got female escorts, paid off some of his friends' university fees, and much more until he had spent around $1.6 million. But at that point, he felt guilty and turned himself in, and spent 1 year in jail and is now back to working as a bartender.
This man was so...
My man fought the infinite money glitch, bro. And because of the person where he was, he turned himself in, man. You know, not a lot of people would do that. They would just, if you can continue with that glitch. That's insane, bro. Do you know about how freaking, like, you go into the ATM in the middle of the night, man, you saying, let me just get something. Oh, keep giving me money? Oh, I said, let me keep going back, bro. He found like you said, a glitch in the daggone system, bro. Because they said it's between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. I wonder if anybody else tried that, bro, to see if that actually will work again. See, cause man, if you had that freaking infinite money glitch, would you give it up? I need to know. Not a lot of people would.
Something to a plane engine, and whatever you do, don't look up the pictures. This is the Air Astana 2004 incident, which is one of the most shocking and tragic events in the history of aviation. The victim was Igor Yefimov, and he was sucked into the plane's engine while he was working near the aircraft. The horrific incident occurred on July 13th, 2004, and it was captured on CCTV video. And the video has recently resurfaced on the internet, sparking renewed interest and curiosity among the viewers. Igor was a 26-year-old maintenance engineer, and he was preparing the aircraft for a flight from Moscow when the engine suddenly turned on and he was sucked into the engine of the Boeing 737. Right when this happens, he completely disappears and blood and body parts go everywhere. All over the airport runway is bits and pieces of Igor, and it's an extremely disturbing sight. The video is extremely shocking and gory, and I really don't recommend looking it up. 1 second Igor was there, and the next he was just completely erased. I never really understood the power and how dangerous plane engines are until I saw this video. We all heard about wood chipping incidents and workplace incidents, but somebody getting sucked into a plane engine is definitely a first for me. Again, I want to say I don't recommend looking it up or watching it, but if you do, this is a massive trigger warning.
A mother who left her child home.
Like, freaking getting sucked into freaking to a jet engine, man. We know those guns are powerful, but yeah, like I said, just a few seconds he went in and then he was gone. I didn't realize, man, how powerful a freaking plane or a plane engine is. Always gotta be careful, see, cause man, we work in like jobs like that, you have to be like especially careful, cause you gotta watch your environment, because something like that could happen, man. Can't believe there's a video of that actually out. I don't think I need to see that. That don't need to scar my mind.
Home alone to die while the mom vacationed in Puerto Rico.
This one is going to make all you parents out there so angry you'll be seeing red. Imagine you go on vacation. And imagine you go on vacation for 10 days to Puerto Rico. Now, imagine that you left your 16-month-old daughter at home, alone, in a crib, with no food and no water for those 10 days.
Animals take care of their infants better. The thought of this child dying every day while she's having fun, humanity can't stomach that.
The judge passed down a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. The judge said this sentence will put her in a cell until she dies, just like she put her child in that crib to die. The only difference is the Department of Corrections would at least give her food and water.
Mother Gothel from Tangled is the evil queen from Snow White. At the end of Snow White, the evil queen falls off a cliff, but we never actually see her die. But what does happen is that she finds the magical flower from the movie Tangled, which makes her young and beautiful again. Because remember, both the evil queen and Mother Gothel were obsessed with being young and beautiful. Also, it's very convenient that at the end of Snow White, the evil queen falls off a cliff. And in the movie Tangled, Mother Gothel finds the magical flower at the edge of a cliff. And to add on to that point further, both movies take place in Germany. Both women have the same exact dagger and look very similar in their older state. Also, even though both women never had children of their own, both of their names actually translate to mother. Also, the famous red apple from the movie Snow White actually shows up in Tangled here after Mother Gothel stabs Flynn.
These inmates saved this prison guard.
Really? I never even noticed that, man. Like I said, Seekers, the details and stuff in the movies and shows we watch, man. There's always, like I said, a freaking backstory between them. I never even thought about it now. You know, Snow White classic story, bro. How they put that in Tangled, man. She was the witch that survived at the end. Yeah, Seekers, you guys believe that? Should we dive deeper into that, man? Those freaking cases always interest me. I think I'm gonna have to dive deeper into that one, bro. It's at a good time. Every freaking video, movie, shows, and movies, man, there's always some backstories between them.
Life. In a remarkable display of humanity and compassion, a group of inmates at a prison demonstrated that empathy transcends circumstances. And just quickly, TikTok are now showing you your lookalike on the app. Just tap share copy more, and if you've got one, it will come up. A prison guard, while on duty, suffered a cardiac emergency. A situation that quickly became life-threatening as he lost consciousness. The inmates, who were positioned at the top of the stairs, noticed the guard's distress. Despite their complex relationship with the guard as prisoners and the potential consequences of breaking protocol, they made a swift and courageous decision. Instead of walking away, they rushed down the stairs to assist the guard in his moment of need. Their actions were not just about providing immediate physical aid. They also radioed for help, ensuring that the guard received professional medical attention as soon as possible. The inmates' quick response and willingness to help were crucial in saving the guard's life. Following the incident, these inmates were hailed as heroes. They expressed that their decision to help was influenced by mutual respect. The guard had always treated them with dignity and respect, and they felt compelled to reciprocate in his time of need.
Seekers, man, I'm telling you, bro. That's a freaking case right there, man. If you treat somebody with respect, bro, like imagine if you know if it was like a typical guard relationship, I guess him that's in the prison, stuff like that, they probably just saw him just say, hey, not our problem, just walked away. But because he chose to be that type of person, man, I guess that was good karma in them, bro. They saved him. Even though, like I said, it put them in jeopardy, but they saved him because, like I said, he was treating them with respect, bro. That's what you gotta do nowadays, man. Just treat everybody with respect. There's some good things that happen, man. Good energy, good karma. Like I said, it will come back to you.
Terrifying games you don't want to play, Part 51. The White Man Ritual. The rules for this game were first discovered etched into the side of a cave along with the remains of several humanoid specimens. There is no way of telling exactly how old it is, but it is considered to be extremely dangerous, so proceed with caution. To play this game, you will need to acquire the following items: a single white candlestick, a bag of marbles or small stones, and a bucket of white paint. You will also need to recruit another player, and it is recommended that you solicit the help of an adversary or stranger for this role, since the loser will be punished severely, and you don't want that to be a friend or family member. Once you have completed these tasks, the gameplay can begin. First, you and your opponent will need to draw white X's on every entranceway to the playing space you have selected, while saying the words, "The game is beginning, we need a referee, white man come and see," with each drawing. Next, you will need to light your candle and distribute 4 stones or marbles to each player. It is crucial that you do not use artificial lighting, as it hurts the white man and will cause him to go into a violent frenzy against both players. If you have completed all of the steps correctly up until this point, you will feel a gust of wind in the room indicating the arrival of the white man. You will not be able to see him, but he will observe you and the game, waiting patiently for a victor. At this point, you and your opponent will need to hide a certain amount of your marbles in your right hand. It will then be your job to try and guess how many marbles your opponent has chosen to hide in their hand, while simultaneously tricking them into making an inaccurate guess about you. The first player to make their guess correctly will be granted an additional 10 years of healthy and prosperous life by the mysterious white man. The catch is that those years will be physically subtracted from their opponent's life. This game can be played repeatedly until both players are satisfied and agree to exit, or one player has no more life to give. Comment if you would play this game and follow for more.
After this woman was murdered, police used a very unusual tactic to find her killer. Rachel Poosi was an 18-year-old mother of 1 living in Mission, Canada. Her half-brother was 33-year-old Matthew Poosi, and the pair shared a dad. Their relationship was far from a normal sibling one though, and they had a traumatic past. When Rachel was little, she was SA'd by Matthew. He was 15 years old when he abused her. Now Rachel did have to endure a very stressful court case, but Matthew was finally given probation for the crime. Unfortunately, it wasn't the last of Matthew that Rachel would see. In 2013, she was loving life being a mother to a 1-year-old son. On the 16th of March that year, Matthew would go and visit Rachel at her home. He told her he wished to make amends and apologise for the past. Rachel's friends knew that Matthew was heading over, so they were texting her to check on her. She texted them back to say that the pair had had an emotional conversation, but this was actually the last time they would ever hear from her. 3 days later, her body was discovered in Chilliwack, and she had been suffocated. Her friends told police of the meeting that she'd had with her half-brother, and police immediately questioned him. He, however, denied any knowledge of her disappearance and murder. Investigators knew they needed to come up with a clever way to get Matthew to implicate himself. Time went on, and in 2016, investigators decided to go undercover. They decided to get an undercover officer to pose as the head of a criminal organisation. The officer went by the name of Mr. Big and befriended Matthew. He earned his trust, and it wasn't long before Matthew confessed. He said that he was upset that Rachel was, quote, acting like a victim, when he was the one who suffered by being charged and going through the court process for SAing Rachel. Shockingly, Matthew told Mr. Big that he'd hit her over the head, pinned her down, and suffocated her. He admitted to taking her body to his house in Abbotsford and SAing her dead body. Finally, in 2018, Matthew pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, and in court, the judge called his behavior repulsive. He was given an automatic life sentence, but is eligible for parole after 13 years.
Breaking true crime.
How the hell did he think he was a victim of what happened? It's like people like that, seekers, I'm telling you, they're dangerous, man. They can't take a freaking accountability for his actions. You did something to that and to your sister as well. And you thought that you was in a freaking, that you got mad when she tried to freaking get you to face the consequences of reactions. Hey man, that case went, I guess, unsolved for like 3 years. They really had to go undercover. It shows you how deep that freaking case got. Like he had to freaking go undercover, man, in order to get him to confess. It's actually crazy to think about, seekers. Maybe it's not the only case, man, that's like that, bro.
News: California pastor allegedly hired hitmen to kill his daughter's boyfriend, and he paid them tens of thousands of dollars, all because he did not approve of the boyfriend. On October 21st of 2023, the boyfriend did get shot in a drive-by shooting at around 7 p.m. He was rushed to the hospital due to gunshot wounds, but he survived. So Samuel Poosi is behind me. The pastor and the father to this daughter actually paid the hitman $40,000 to do this. Damn. So obviously the pastor gave all these hitmen the location of where the boyfriend was staying at, all this information. They apparently surveyed him for weeks before committing the hit. That is kind of terrifying to think about. Now, about a week ago, on March 13th, they finally got enough information to put Samuel Poosi, as the pastor who called this hit, in jail. They also arrested Juan Sabreros, who they believe was an accomplice to this. Both of the men are being charged with conspiracy to commit murder, and they are both being held on a $1 million bail. The police are also looking for one more person of interest, but these two are going behind bars. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, and as always, these videos are for informational purposes only.
Heard about freaking protective dads, man, but just because you didn't approve of the boyfriend, you just wanted to take him out? I'm telling you, seekers, bro. People, man, when it comes to their loved ones, bro, when they be making these choices, man, they really be losing their minds, bro. Like, man, you understand, man, I guess if you don't understand, if you don't like your boyfriend's your daughter's boyfriend, man, but to put an actual head out on him, bro, they said they paid him like 40 grand as well, man. He must have not really had liked him, bro. It's crazy, man. You gotta watch who you get to a relationship with nowadays, man. People, man, especially when out of parents, bro, they be crazy. Seekers, that's it, man, for this video for you guys today. If you guys made it with me to the end, you're a true seeker seeking the truth, so I appreciate you guys. Like I said, guys, hit that like button, man, subscribe, hit that post notification, man, so we could grow the seekers, man. We could grow even more. I've been seeing our numbers, man, they be getting better, but like I said, seekers, bro, I've been doing daily uploads this whole month, man, so can we get a clapping out, man? I want the clapping emojis in the comments down below, man. I haven't missed a day, so I'm really proud of myself for that. We're going to keep going, seekers. We're going to continue to grow. I'm out. You guys going to catch you in the next one. Peace, seekers.